Hello and welcome to some more Halloween joy
Spooky joy.
with Pop Culture Reacts and a double bill in this
Yes.
episode as
As
we
ever,
are
we love a bit, don't we? We love a bit of audience interaction. So we asked in prep for Halloween because we wanted to pick some spooky songs, but we wanted to hear other people's spooky songs. And this one we got in from our Facebook, and it was from Marge Jessup, and it was a request for Michael Jackson's Thriller. Now, we say we want recommendations and not to ever poop on anyone's recommendations, but when we discussed it, we said we've heard this song a lot,
we've
but we
seen the
didn't want
video
to. Oh
countless
God, yeah, yeah.
times.
So we said, well, why not try and find a cover of it? And rather than just find one cover, we've discovered two covers of this. So different musical genres, different musical styles. So we can actually have a thriller off as well at the same time.
Exactly. So we are starting the thriller battle with Post Modern Jukebox's Jazz Take.
And I think, well, I know we spoke about this beforehand, but it's the first time we'd ever spoken about Postmodern Jukebox, and we found out that we're both secret fans of Postmodern Jukebox and their covers of pretty much every song that's ever been created at this point.
Yeah. Both of us are very similar on the. We like to when we know the songs though.
Yeah. There's a lot of them where I just go, is this a cover or is this original? I don't know, but this one,
it's a modern pop song from the last 20 years.
Yeah, this one definitely a cover. So,
Yes.
Are you ready to be thrilled?
I am ready to get my jazz on.
Yes. Wayne Brady, who's singing on this. Do you know anything about Wayne Brady?
Isn't he a football player?
No, that's Tom Brady. But having said that, I actually think Wayne Brady is quite well known in the States. God, sorry for butchering this because I didn't look up beforehand. But I've got a feeling he's like quite big in the theatre sing-along world. And the only reason why I think I know this is I think he won like Masked Singer for famous people in America or something like that. But yeah, I think he is a big name, but not a big name to us. So that'll be well, not a big name to me anyway. But yeah, I think his name may well cover like have some sort of cachet with some people.
So, are we ready to be thrilled?
I want a scary trumpet. Let's go.
Howdy, 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 ho. Howdy, 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 hey. Howdy, 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 ho. All right. Listen, girl, I'm not like all these other fellas. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, oh, but terror takes a sound before you make it. Yeah, you start to freeze as horror looks you right between your eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Hey ladies, the door slam and realize there's nowhere left to run. Oh, you feel the cold hand and wonder if you'll ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination, girl, but all the while you hear a creature creeping up behind. Oh, you're out of time. Oh, this is thriller night. no second chance against a thing with 40 eyes. This is Thriller, Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside of Killer Thriller tonight. Oh, night creatures call and the dead start to dance in their masquerade. Oh, there's no escaping the jaws of the alien this time. Open wide, it's the end of your life. Oh. This is Thriller, Thriller night. Oh, I can thrill you more than any ghoul would ever try. This is Thriller, Thriller night. So let me hold you tight and share up Thriller, Thriller. This is Thriller, oh, Thriller tonight. Girl, I can thrill you more than any ghoul would ever try. This is Thriller, oh, Thriller tonight. Girl, let me hold you tight inside of Thriller, Killer. Thriller, Killer, Chiller. I fulfill you, girl, I'll be your thriller tonight. Let me be your thriller, baby. What the hell?
So I kept that going just in case something killed and someone was murdered or something like that. What do you reckon?
It works very well as a little jazz ditty. Yes, I like that. Wayne is a very, very good singer. I like him. He is very good. Yeah, it's one of those things with a lot of the postmodern stuff. I think it lives and dies on how the song fits with being changed to jazz, but yet still have some semblance of the original.
I often wonder how many versions
this
they go
works.
through before they decide on which musical genre they're going to integrate it through. Do they sit there and just keep singing it against everything? They get the band in and go, right, knock in a jazz one, knock in an 80s one, knock in a 70s one. Oh, finally we found the one that mixes, or whether they are just that good at going, do you know what? That this musically would work really well with that style.
I think it's one of those with these. I think it's they probably go, right, would this work before they even go into actually getting to the point where they're recording or doing anything like that. So yeah, I think that's a much more finding the vibe of the song prior to going, yes, this will work.
I'm with you. I mean, musically, I actually I'm going to soft go with. I think I prefer the music in this style. I think it suits really well. And you know, they've got talented musicians working back there, but you're hearing loads of instruments that you don't tend to see get featured in music now, and I think that makes it really interesting. And I do want to give a shout out to the two lasses doing the dancing and the tap dancing. I thought they were brilliant. Like whether they were dancing well or not, I'm not one to judge that. I have no dancing skills, but I found them quite fascinating, and you could see how much they were embracing the concept of what they were doing, and they looked like they were just having amazing fun.
Yeah, and the tap, the noise from the tap also fit really well as well where they were placing it. So yeah, 2 thumbs up from me.
Oh god, yeah. Now we've got another one to compete with it, let's say, and I guess to compete with the original. But so far, there's a clear winner for me. So these next bunch better step up.
So just looking at the other one, because you've just literally sent me over the link for it.
Yes.
I don't think this is a proper band at all. None of these names mean anything to me. So I'm guessing this will be randos doing a metal cover.
Let's hope so. Yeah, let's hope this is as random as they get, and let's hope I've opened the same video that I sent a link to. Does that look right to you?
That is the same one that I have. Yes.
Phew, because I will say that there were a few metal covers at the top, and I couldn't remember whether I grabbed the right one or not. And of course, you know, from I'm here with you, who is a big metal fan, but even in the stuff we've covered, metal is a very broad term, isn't it? When someone says a 1930s jazz cover, you've got a good feeling what sort of style it's going to come out at. But this could be, a plethora of different styles of metal. Anyone in particular you'd want it to be?
Either death metal, just to take it to the extreme, or like a party thrash. Because I think a party thrash would work well with Thriller, but just to go like true metal with it and go like full black death metal, pig squeal vocal version, guttural, sounding like it was recorded in a biscuit tin, just to be like the complete opposite.
I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be something on the soft end of metal here, Chris. I think this might be more Def Leppard covers Thriller than what you're dreaming of.
So, shall we find out?
Yep, let's see whether this is a Def Leppard Bon Jovi-esque Thriller, or whether Chris will get all of his dreams come true. Let's go. Symbols.
Necro.
Moon made of cheese. Oh, some production values. I recognise it. That's a good start.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking inside. They will possess you unless you change that number on your dial. Now is the time for you and I to cuddle close together. All through the night, I'll save you from the terrors on the screen. I'll make you see that it's a thriller night. 'Cause I can thrill you more than any ghost would ever dare try. Thriller night. Oh, let me hold you tight and share. 'Cause this is thriller night. 'Cause I can thrill you more than any ghost would ever dare try. Thriller night. Oh, let me hold you tight and share. Killer thriller, yeah. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour's close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without a soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell.
Well,
Why couldn't you do the fucking gutturals in
about
the chorus? Because
about 4.5 minutes into that, Chris, my whole plan was to just cut off and go, I'm gonna have a guess that you didn't like that, and then the last minute, it totally changes the song, doesn't it? And I'm with you. I mean, I didn't really dislike the first part of it, but I also, it was just like there. But yeah, that last minute, and I think you could have had so much more of that. I think you could have had some like more rhythmic, more traditional, more poppy metal stuff for 30-second spots, with that coming in more regularly. I think they've got a really good song if they did it that way.
It's the thing, like, I do the verse in the clean metal vocal, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then she just proves she can do gutturals. Gutturals on the chorus. Give it that.
I think it sounded really good as well, didn't it? Like, and when I say it sounded really good, in the context of it being a cover, because you're taking that original song and it's recognizable but different enough to be interesting, and it kind of works because it is a thriller horror-y song. And I almost wish we didn't have that last minute, because then we could have just panned it off the back.
But it's the thing, it's like all the way through it, I was like, musically, it's a really decent metal version of it.
Yeah.
It's doing exactly what the song is.
Ooh, and it's some really nice bits.
Extra metal.
There's some really
flair
nice
to it.
musical bits in that, isn't there? Like there's some of the bits that are going on in the background where it's very much sticking to the formula of the song, but with the instruments. But then they'll, I don't know, have a cut in, and you just go, yes, that sounds really good there. Almost like you wish that was in the original song, but that last minute was good.
Yeah, it's like with the drums, there was like bits in there where there was the double kick that was just like, yep,
yeah,
the double kick fits here, well done. Tech guitar boy with his 8 strings, just chucking in some extra jugs and little sort of more intricate bits just because he can. I'm like, yeah, good for that. I like that. But yeah, it was just all the way through until we got to the Vincent Price bit. I was just like, vocally, it just needed something. I was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It was just a bit bland.
I like her voice even before that, but it's not a voice I necessarily would have paired up with this song in this style. But then you get to that, and you're right. You know, it's and I guess they've probably made a judgment call there, haven't they? To say like the Vincent Price bit is an iconic bit, so that's where we'll do our transition. But I don't know. It's a bit too late in the song, and I think because it's the best bit of the song by a long, long way. It makes you pine for that and think, oh god, it took 4.5 minutes to get to that bit.
Yeah, this could have been great. Just the gutturals on the but the thing is, it didn't even have to be the whole of the chorus. Just flavour the chorus with a little bit of it, because there was a few bits right at the back end just before it goes into the Vincent Price bit where there's a bit of sort of a bit of a guttural echo on a couple of them.
Yes.
Like, oh, where was this flavouring all the way through? You can do it. Bring it in.
Yeah, layer them in less often, but start to hear that more and more and more. I'm with you, and then you build to the Vincent Price bit. But yeah, as I say, I think there's something really good here. A few more goes, and maybe them taking on our excellent, clearly musical professional opinions on this, and you know maybe they've got a winner on their hand. The only other thing that I got really, really drawn in by is the whole way through. I was thinking, she got the same makeup on as Warhorse from the wrestling, and I think she has. And I was trying to figure out maybe who had it first. I presume she's Lauren Babic, or whether it was Warhorse. But you know, maybe a bit of research later to see what came first.
Yes, definitely.
So what's the best version of a Thriller? Is it Michael Jackson? Is it 1930s jazz, or is it the metal cover?
Metal was close. There's potential there in the metal, but I'm going to give it to jazz.
Yeah, so would I. But going back to the jazz one, like having heard that one, I do think even with the jazz one, this made me pine for a big transition at a certain point, and I kind of wouldn't have minded that now thinking about it in the jazz one. So I think there's a lot of give, or a lot that people could do with a Thriller cover, and I think they're both decent covers, but actually it's made me quench for more Thriller covers, and but not made me want to listen to the original. So yeah.
So that is another one of our Halloween week specials in the bag, and we'll be back with some more as we have more days of Halloween countdown. And
I mean, I think traditionally, Halloween is only one day, but we have embraced it this year. And bollocks to that. 7 days at least.
The king of evil here, you know. It's the goth Christmas.
I think for the greatest horror movie ever made, Halloween. I'm sure the first time they start singing it, I'm sure it's 8 more days till Halloween. So maybe we stretch this out to 8 reacts over those days to get in lockstep with, as I say, the greatest Halloween movie ever made. And when I say greatest Halloween movie, I don't mean greatest of the franchise Halloween. I mean of Halloween / horror movies of all time.
So, obviously, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that thing.
Let us know which one you thought was the best.
Yes. Best version down there of Thriller. And any Halloween selections for next year's Halloween. Because we'll all be done by then.
I mean, shit, mate, we've just extended it from 1 day to 7 days to 8 days in one video. So God knows, by the time you put those recommendations in, we might have decided that Halloween's an all-year event and every song we ever do is going to have a Halloween tick to it.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
So until next time, and more Halloween love. Goodbye.